Hey guys, how's it going? Cloud here with another Destiny 2 build guide. I know it's been a little while since I've posted a tutorial, but I've been working on some other things. But now that we're back, the new season is out. I've got a couple more things to show you guys. So first things first, I wanted to take a look at the new Hunter exotic that you see on my arm here. There's a little moth and a bunch of little, I don't know, spectral looking shadows coming off my arm, but it looks really, really awesome. As you can see, there's just a ton of moths at the bottom of my my wrist there. But this is the new Mothkeepers Wraps exotic. And what this does, it is exchanges your grenade for a cage of loyal moths that release on impact. And this will spawn two moths, and they could be either overshield moths or blinding explosive moths. It depends on where you throw it. So if you throw it far away from yourself and allies, it'll spawn two explosive moths. And if you spawn it right next to yourself, it'll give you two overshield moths. If it's in between yourself and an enemy, it'll spawn one of each. And these moths are really awesome because, as it says, it is a blinding explosion, so it is an unstoppable tool. I've been using it in Lost Sectors, and I think it'll work really well in GMs as well. Just because blinds are so nice for GMs, and this is a great way to get blinds. And this pair of gloves also gives you a second charge of your grenade, so whatever you're using, you'll get two of. And what I like to do here is I'm going to pair this with the new Thread Runner aspect, the Whirling Maelstrom. I tried out Solar, I tried out Arc, and this was just way more fun for me personally, but your mileage may vary. This new Whirling Maelstrom is really, really cool. If you destroy a Tangle, it'll spawn this little tornado of Strand energy that's just dealing damage over time. And it does like 1k per tick, and for example, in Assault Rifle headshots, like 800. So it's doing a lot of damage. It's ticking like crazy. So this thing is incredible. You can have multiple out at once, depending on how you manage your cooldowns on your Tangle. And they're just really, really strong. Okay, it's also emitting Unraveling, which is insane. It's just adding even more damage to that twirl. Anyways, and I'm going to be pairing this with Widow's Silk because it'll give us a third grenade charge. It does stack with the gloves, and it's amazing. Now, I haven't tested this, but I'm using the grapple just because it's got a shorter cooldown. I do think that the moth grenades have their own cooldown, but I put this on just in case. We are using the threaded spike, of course, and this is going to be a great way to spawn tangles. The gambler's dodge is great just to get your threaded spike back. Now, for the fragments, these actually aren't too important. The only two that I would definitely recommend you run is Thread of Generation and either Thread of Isolation or which one is the other one? Thread of Fury is the other one, wherever I can find it, maybe. But basically, Thread of Fury is nice. There it is. Okay, because the description for this is damaging targets with a tangle it grants melee energy, and this Whirling Maelstrom is going to be constantly ticking, and it does count as tangle damage. So if your little Maelstrom starts hitting an enemy, you're just going to be getting chunk upon chunk upon chunk of melee energy. So it's really, really nice. And this build that I'm using, I have enough consistency with the Threaded Spike and Thread of Isolation that I don't feel like I need the extra melee energy, but try it out and see what you like the most. I also, on this build, am running Thread of Evolution and Thread of Rebirth just because I'm using this Rufus's Fury with a Demo and Hatchling, just to get my Hatchlings a little bit more DPS. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going for with the build here. I am using the X Dyrus, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, which is also going to be spawning moths for me, and they work exactly the same way. There's actually a little, I don't know if this is on purpose or not, but if you're using this grenade launcher, they'll actually spawn two moths with these gloves. And it's a unique interaction between the two of them. And it even spawns the overshield moths on final blows with this weapon, which is interesting. Here's the rest of my build. I'll show you my mods selections here. The most important ones are going to be Grenade Kickstart, Charged Up, Stacks on Stacks, and Impact Induction. You're probably going to want Bomber and Reaper as well, but just make sure you have these three right here as well as Impact Induction. These make a world of difference. And like I said, here's the weapons if you wanted to see that, and the subclass one more time. I'm going to cut to some Lost Sector footage just to show you that this does work in harder content, and I hope you guys enjoy.